The last portions of the PBS Authentic show were presented on Walk 19 with the arrival of the Time debut. A new phase of their lives is about to begin for both Charlotte and Georgiana. Eventually, Georgiana will be wealthy and Charlotte is about to get married. However, each woman's plans for the future may be affected if a few old friends show up in Sanditon. Everyone was shocked when Charlotte announced her engagement to farmer Ralph Starling in the second season finale of Sanditon. It appeared that she had agreed to marry Ralph, whom she had known since she was a young child, in accordance with her father's wishes because her relationship with Alexander Colborne, a widower, ended in failure. The first episode of Season 3 features Charlotte and Ralph in Sanditon for Georgiana's 21st birthday celebration. Charlotte is anxious to see her old colleagues once more, yet Ralph, a guy from the sticks, is less quiet in the cutting-edge Oceanside town. His fancies friendliness with the aristocracy and Lady Susan, the king's mistress, surprises him. He is definitely out of his element when it comes to the most recent poetry styles. Charlotte tells her future husband, in a sweet gesture, that he will help her keep her feet on the ground. However, she and Ralph don't appear to work well together. When Georgiana inquires whether Charlotte adores Ralph, Charlotte responds that she is extremely fond of him. At the point when Charlotte spots Colborne at Georgiana's party, who has suddenly gotten back to Sanditon, she as of now gives off an impression of being reconsidering. When they speak, he seems about to say that he hopes she will give him another chance. Ralph, however, arrives next. Colborne is immediately depressed when he learns that Charlotte is engaged, and he feels cold when they dance. In the interim, newcomer Lydia Montrose is interested in Colborne. Because she is looking for a wealthy husband, she makes an offer to go horseback riding on his estate right away. Charlotte's big celebration is to celebrate her independence, which she had been wanting for so long. As a wealthy heiress, she continues to ward off eager suitors left and right. She does not intend to marry, but once she is in charge of her own finances, she will be able to live the life she wants. Lydia Montrose's brother, Lord Henry Montrose, approaches, but she turns away. She is of the opinion that the poor Duke is only after her money. Notwithstanding, when Georgiana sees ruler Montrose with another man, the situation changes. He then goes to Georgiana and begs her not to tell anyone about what she saw. After giving him a nod, she makes a suggestion. They will act as if they have fallen in love in order to keep wealthy men away from her and his mother, who is intent on his marriage, off his back. Although we have a hunch that the Duke's sexual orientation will eventually be revealed, it seems like a good idea in theory. Positively, spending time with Georgiana will put him in touch with Arthur Parker, her close friend who has declared his single status. There may soon be a romantic relationship. As the second season of Sanditon came to a close, Lady Denham offered Edward Denham a chance at retribution after he was kicked out of his army unit. However, there was a caveat. He would have to accept her plan to change his spirituality. That incorporates having tedious, exhausting meetings with Sanditon's lecturing vicar and often being soaked in cool water on Dr. Fitch's orders, as we found in the pilot. Edward is speaking to her in the right way in an effort to get his aunt back. If he can demonstrate that he has changed, she has promised to provide him with financial assistance. Avesta, Colborne's granddaughter, develops a crush on the local rake after they meet by accident. But when she turns her back, he grumbles and rolls his eyes, implying that he is still the same scheming Edward. Additionally, Edward begins to notice a lot of warning signs when he learns that Augusta has her own wealth. We anticipate significant issues in the future because the independent Augusta is unlikely to heed any well-intentioned warnings regarding Edward. When Georgiana discovered Charles Lockhart's true motivation for wanting to wed her, their relationship ended abruptly last season. Lockhart was related to her deceased father. He thought that he should get Georgiana's wealth, not hers. An Antiguan judge denied his attempt to acquire his uncle's estate. After that, he decided to wed her in order to inherit the property. It's good that he didn't carry out his plan before he and Georgiana eloped. Regrettably, Lockhart is unwilling to flee. He makes an unwelcome return in Sanditon's first episode of the third season. He shows that he has a certain flair for the dramatic by entering Georgiana's gathering without permission. He wants to talk to her in private. After she reluctantly agrees, he gives her a writ stating that he is the legitimate heir to her father's wealth. Sadly, despite the fact that he is unsure of when to give up, there is a good chance that an English court would be more sympathetic to this man's claims than an Antiguan court. The outlook for Georgia